What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of the Red Brand, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including the return of the Demon. The QR codes get even more interesting. A new look for a potential Wyatt 6 member. The Cody Rock mystery deepens. A former TNA star passes away. Sad news for Eddie Kingston. Mark Henry's AEW deal expiring soon. Dominik Mysterio injury update, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on Wrestlelamia XL. As always, we won't recap the show, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good as number 1, Andre the Giant saves the day. A major props to R-Truth for making sure he and tag partner The Miz had backup against the Judgment Day in the form of Andre the Giant. While Truth's tag partner was skeptical, Truth delivered as Braun Strowman ran in to offset outside interference from Carlito. Like most fans, we have no idea how R-Truth confused the monster among monsters with the dearly departed 8th wonder of the world, but we're just enjoying the ride. Number 2, some fantastic promos. Some fantastic promos last night, including Sami Zayn's metaphysical breakdown of what he and his opponents represent, likening Chad and Bronson to the mind and body while saying he represents the soul. Sami boasted soul always wins. A clever promo further heightened by Sami explaining he asked for the match so he can tackle 2 problems at once. That being Chad's betrayal and Bronson's very real physical threat to his title. Liv Morgan also had another noteworthy promo, quite a surprise as Morgan isn't known for a promo game, but she played her heel side well, accusing Becky of using the fans and being selfish, and while this was heel promo 101, Morgan pulled it off. There were plenty of other good promos, including Gunther, Drew McIntyre and others, and a reminder of the various storytelling techniques Raw has, but doesn't always use. Number 3, Alpha Academy breakdown is good. Chad Gable's hold over the Alpha Academy is weakening despite his tough love approach to keeping Akira Tozawa, Maxine Dupree and Otis in line. While there's little surprise where the storyline is heading, obviously Alpha Academy dumping Gable, the journey has been fun and the WWE has thrown in the added tease of the Creed brothers joining Gable, a move which could be beneficial for Julius and Brutus and give Master Gable 2 wrestlers to battle Otis and Akira. Number 4, Braun breaks Raw. A Braun breaker sent a painful message to Raw General Manager Adam Pearce about what happens when he doesn't get his way. This is for not being placed in the King of the Ring tournament. Breaker's demolition of opponent Kale Dixon was painful to watch, beginning with Braun's dominant match and his brutal beatdown on Dixon afterward. But he wasn't finished, and he also laid out Ricochet backstage. Given Adam Pearce's past performance as general manager, it's doubtful Breaker will have to deal with any serious consequences, which means the Red Brand is going to be a very dangerous place to work for anyone who runs afoul of Breaker. Number 5, Sonya Deville is back. Now, Sonya Deville is finally back from her injury, and while it's unclear what's next for her, Deville is always good as a supporting player, whether it's in singles matches or tag bouts. Number 6, Morgan Judgment Day intrigue continues. What is Liv Morgan doing getting rides from the Judgment Day? And no, there is no innuendo there. The WWE has been leaving clues about Dominik Mysterio and Liv having some kind of fling, and the storyline took a tremendous twist when Morgan was spotted arriving at Raw with Finn Balor. Given Morgan's boast that she's going to take everything from Rhea Ripley, it looks like Morgan is not only hellbent on taking Ripley's title, her man, but also Rhea's spot in the Judgment Day. Number 7, Lyra Valkyrie Io Sky Classic. Is the WWE strapping a rocket onto Lyra Valkyrie's back? Well, it appears so, as she's now headed to the Queen of the Ring finals. If you've been watching her matches, you know she can wrestle, and last night's match against Sky showed just how much she can do and how much Io Sky remains one of WWE's best. Number 8, we're not APA. Speaking of the Judgment Day, Damian Priest's quip to Carlito, who seems to be looking for backup against the LWO, that Judgment Day isn't the APA, was a fun throwback to Bradshaw and Farouk's Acolyte Protection Agency, always pounding ass. Number 9, Gunther's decisive win. Gunther delivered another impressive matchup last night as he targeted Jey Uso's arm and kept main event Jey on the defensive for most of their semi-finals match. As fans know, you're not going to beat Gunther if you're on the defensive, and last night was no exception. The WWE's booking of Gunther following his IC Championship loss has been superb, with Gunther refocused and more dangerous than before. And an excellent build-up for King of the Ring. Raw delivered an excellent go-home show for King and Queen of the Ring, getting fans hyped for this Saturday's show with some fantastic semi-finals matches and a strong storyline for furthering Sami Zayn's triple threat match. There was no bad, no downright ugly, as Raw outdid itself, both as a strong go-home show for King of the Ring and a standalone episode. What do you guys think of Raw last night? Let us know in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the news. Our first story looks at, will it cost cities to host Raw and SmackDown? On top of today's news is a fascinating report concerning the WWE's current setup of getting municipalities to pay for the rights to host PLEs. The WWE has increased its revenue by having cities bid on the rights to host various events, and now the Observer reports the WWE hopes to get paid for bringing in weekly TV shows to various cities. They already do for Royal Rumble, SummerSlam and WrestleMania, and they're working on getting them for Money in the Bank and Survivor Series, and now the next step is to get communities to pay them to bring Raw and SmackDown tapings in. Hey, more power to them if they can get it. The increase in overseas venues holding WWE PLEs is a reflection of how much demand there is for the WWE product. It's a win-win for the WWE as hosting PLEs in international markets not only fills the WWE's coffers, but it makes the product seem more prestigious. TKO Holdings President and Chief Operating Officer Mark Shapiro recently discussed how the company's goal to get incentives for bringing shows to different markets. While Shapiro said money isn't the only incentive, you can be sure it's at the top of the list. Do you think cities are willing to pay to host Raw and SmackDown? Next up, QR codes are getting spicy. And it's time for a look into the latest QR codes clues, a phenomenon which is one of the hottest things happening in WWE. The QR code aired at the start of the Sami Zayn vs Chad Gable match, leading to the website WWE.com ECG Pramster. Without spoiling the mystery, the website provides you with an opportunity to get more clues. But this is the spoiler, and if you don't want to know, skip to the next story. But if you decipher the clues, they lead you to more puzzles to unravel. However, ex-user SlamX recently broke things down, tweeting, "Running each new audio clip through a spectrogram, the file ICU2 spells hello, the file North Star displays the Firefly logo, the file Witness displays Uncle Howdy." What do you guys think of this analysis? Are you guys enjoying the Uncle Howdy storyline so far? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, a new look for a potential Wyatt 6 member. Has a currently inactive superstar adopted a new look, and if so, could it involve the rumors of them joining Uncle Howdy in the faction many are calling the Wyatt 6? A recent photo posted by Nick Aldis and Byron Saxton at Dexter Lumis' wrestling school has one of the figures obscured. However, as Ringside News pointed out, as seen in the recent photo surfacing online, Dexter Lumis was spotted with Nick Aldis where he sported a fully bearded look. Naturally, this made fans even more hyped about his rumored return. Observant fans compared previous photos of Lumis, which show his distinctive tattoos, with the obscured ones identifying the mystery man. Next up, the Cody Rock mystery deepens. Now, speaking of mysteries, what is the item that The Rock handed to Cody on Raw after WrestleMania 40? Cody Rhodes appeared on Busted Open Radio recently and was asked about the exchange between himself and The Rock. Apparently, The Rock returned an item that Cody gifted to him. When asked what the item was, Cody replied, "It wasn't $1, it was certainly more expensive than that. I tried to make a positive overture, an olive branch to The Rock and the $7 team because I have an immense respect for what they have done. They set the table so that I could eat at it. He did not feel that that was a positive overture and handed it back to me." The American Nightmare continued saying, "That is the best I can give you, Bully Ray. But I was pretty heart-stricken over the fact that it came back, but if anything, like Triple H told me, it's not fun and games for these guys. They're coming for you and you either get ready or you don't." Right now, the current belief is that Cody vs The Rock will throw down at WrestleMania 41. What do you guys think the mystery gift was? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, does Cody want a manager? Cody also discussed how he'd like to have a manager again, much like he did when Arn Anderson was in his corner. Cody described what Arn and previously Dusty Rhodes did for him. But it was nice to have a guy over my shoulder say, "We're not apologizing for greatness. Mediocrity loves company and we're not joining that company." Like, it was nice to have that voice in your ear. Cody said the presence of Logan Paul's entourage during their recent contract signing reminds him of how he misses someone in his corner. Next up, an update on Dominik Mysterio's injury. And when will Dirty Dom be back in action? He recently appeared on the Masked Man show revealing, "Arm is good, it's healing up. I had a slight tear in my Tommy John ligament, which was kind of a freak accident in the wrestling world because it's a baseball injury. About 6 to 8 weeks. I've been doing 2 times a week for rehab. I'm just getting healthy and getting back out there to help Judgment Day so they can physically start hurting again." There's a lot going on behind the scenes with the Judgment Day, and who knows what the group will look like once Mysterio returns to action. Next up, Return of the Demon. Is Finn Balor bringing back the Demon? Fans with an eye for details noticed some of the Demon artwork in the backstage area during a segment on Raw, and as fans have found out, everything has a meaning, regardless of how subtle it appears. Next up, sad news for Eddie Kingston. Now, sad news for Eddie Kingston as we now know how serious his recent injury is. Wrestling News is reporting Eddie Kingston is out of action until early 2025. He has a tibial fracture, tears to his ACL and meniscus. We send our best wishes to Eddie for a fast and full recovery. Next up, some very sad news as a former TNA star passes away. And we're saddened by the news of former TNA star Bad Bones John Klinger passing away at age 40. German wrestler's passing was noted by a tweet from the promotion at WXW Germany. "We say goodbye to Bad Bones John Klinger. John Klinger was one of the defining wrestlers at WXW for over a decade. He won all of the major titles at WXW and won both 16-karat gold and Shortcut to the Top. In his almost 450 matches in the WXW ring, he's always worked hard and did his best to excite his fans. We send our condolences to Mr. Klinger's friends, fans, and family. Next up, WWE bringing new documentaries to Netflix. It appears that WWE's rights deal with Netflix for Raw may open the door for other programming on Netflix. Mark Shapiro recently revealed that a lot of the ancillary shoulder programming is being planned, with comparisons already being made to the popular Formula One series Drive to Survive. And finally, Mark Henry's AEW deal expiring soon. Last but not least, Mark Henry's current deal with AEW is set to expire soon, as Fightful Select reported. Fightful Select has learned Mark Henry's AEW contract is expected to expire this month. It'll be interesting to see if WWE makes an offer for the world's strongest man to make a return, and if so, in what capacity. But there you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.